So I know we're still waiting a couple of minutes to let people in, but you can see some of our friends, we have changed our name to a code name. So if anyone wants to come up with a spy code name for yourself or your family, feel free to change your Zoom name to whatever your special agent name might be. It could be a favorite food, a favorite animal, a color. I know we have Special Agent Cookie Dough Ice Cream and Special Agent Llama and Agent Eagle Fang. I'll reveal my code name a little bit later. But you guys can start thinking and you can change your name. If you're unsure how to do that, if you go to the participant list and click, there's a more button, or sometimes it's 3 dots, there's a little option to rename yourself. But that is something fun you can do while we wait for everyone to get in.
Well, thanks, Jessica. You know, that might be a good cue for me, at least, to kind of open up the dialogue as a few more people join in. And I know everyone's anxious for the program to start. So good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Gibbs, otherwise known as Agent Eagle Fang this evening. I am the Executive Director for Alumni Engagement for Sacred Heart University. So on behalf of the university, on behalf of the Alumni Association, welcome and thank you for being with us. It has certainly been a challenging year for all. And in our office, we've looked for, some of the positives. And one of those things is that we've been able to begin to offer virtual programming that allows us to bring together alums, not just, all across the United States, but also all around the world. So we've had well over 100 programs similar to this over the last year, and we're thrilled that everyone has joined us tonight. We really rely on our Alumni Association and our alumni chapters to help kind of plan and organize these events. So we're immensely thankful to our esteemed president of our Washington, D.C. alumni chapter, Bruce Tully, for organizing this event. So I'd like to turn it over to Bruce for a moment to say hello and also introduce his lovely wife, Barbara. Bruce? Well, it looks like, as luck would have it, Bruce has frozen just as the program is about to begin. So I'm sure Bruce will, Bruce is in lovely Hilton Head, South Carolina right now, enjoying the beach. So as soon as he has Wi-Fi, Bruce will be back. That being said, it has been at Sacred Heart, it has been, a year met with both challenge and optimism. We've managed to have both a fall and spring semester on campus, and we're ending in a very positive, optimistic, path, for commencement. We're actually we're among one of the first schools in Connecticut to announce that we would have in-person graduation, not only for the class of 2021, but also for the class of 2020. It's significantly modified this year, but we'll actually be able to allow our graduates to walk and have a couple of family members in attendance. So we're very excited for that. With that being said, I know everyone's anxious to begin tonight's program. And so we're thrilled to have partnered with the International Spy Museum. I'd like to introduce tonight's educator and our Zoom master, Jessica Harvey. Jessica, I'll turn it over to you. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to see you guys tonight. So my name is Jessica. You can call me Jessica. You can also call me Agent Sassafras. That is my code name. I have the chat box open on my second monitor. I love questions and comments. I know we're a mix of age ranges, so feel free to type in chat, and I'm going to try to cover sort of what everyone is interested in hearing. I see that Bruce made it back. I'll turn it over. Bruce, I know you wanted to share a little bit before we jumped in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're very pleased to host this event. It's my wife, Barbara. As you may know, we actually lived abroad many years with the United States government. And Barbara's a senior foreign service officer. I was a United States federal agent. We'll leave it right there. And this should be a lot of fun. And we're very happy to see you all and welcome aboard.
Thanks, Bruce.
Great. Okay. So today we are going to go to spy school and see if you guys have what it takes to be a spy. Now, here is a picture of our museum, the International Spy Museum. We're located in downtown Washington, D.C. And I'm kind of curious if you could let me know in chat, why do you think we built the Spy Museum in D.C. instead of some other city, like, I don't know, New York or LA or Hartford or some other city? Why do you think we built the museum in DC? What do you guys think? All right, Agent Black and Agent Shadowmaster, did you guys have an idea?
I do.
Yeah, what is it?
Maybe because it's like a closer level thing to the government.
Okay, yeah, so there's the government in DC. That's a great guess. Oh, someone said DC has the most secrets. You guys are definitely on the right track. Any other guesses? What do you guys think DC has the most of out of any other city in the entire world? Agent Black, I see your hand is up.
Spy.
You think spies? Yes, you are correct. DC has the most spies out of any other city in the entire world. Okay, that fact is crazy to me. Our museum is pretty close to the Capitol building, and back when the Capitol building had tours, we would say if you went on a tour, you were within 50 feet of someone who was spying for or against America. Okay, why are there so many spies in DC? Well, right, DC is the capital, so if you're trying to collect secret information on America, coming to the Capitol is a great place to go, right? There are government buildings here. Our intelligence agencies have their headquarters in the area. It's also a great city to come if you want to collect secret information on other foreign countries, right? Other countries send their important people, their diplomats, their ambassadors to DC to have meetings. So maybe you're able to go to a party and you meet someone from Spain who has access to classified information. So that's why we chose to build the Spy Museum in DC, to educate the public about the world of espionage. Now, our motto at the museum is all is not what it seems. So what does that mean? If I show you guys this image, what do you guys think of? Again, feel free if you want to type in chat. What do you think of when you see this? Give me a moment to think. Ooh, a spy gadget or Coke? I see some of us are already starting to think like spies. I definitely look at this and I think a soda, right? Just a quick show of hands. How many of you guys have some kind of canned beverage in your fridge right now or somewhere in your home? Okay, yeah, most of us, right? I look at this, if someone's thinking Coke's secret recipe. Interesting. I look at this and I think it's a drink, it's a beverage, it's a soda. A spy might look at this and think a little bit differently. They might think this isn't a normal soda can. This is a concealment device. So maybe I can unscrew the top and put something inside of there. Now, what do you think a spy might put inside of there? I know someone already mentioned spy gadgets, but what specifically? Agent Hachi, what are you thinking?
Probably like a microchip with secret information.
I love that idea. Maybe a microchip. Messages, someone said. Anything else? Oh, a message to another agent, right? If I want to pass information to someone else and do it discreetly, having this Coke can would be great, right? Because I could just hand you this drink. No one would ever know that there was something inside of there. Someone also said secrets. Nice. I like that. So hopefully today you look around the world and think a little bit more like a spy. Now, I've thrown around this word spy a lot, but what do you guys think of when you hear the word spy? It could be adjectives, it could be a TV show or movie, a book you've read. What do you guys think of? A special agent, let me see. Is it Finnerly? Finneran, sorry.
Secret.
Secrets. Yes, totally. What else? Someone else agrees with you in chat. They said secrets. Anyone have a good spy book or spy TV show? I will say someone said Spy Kids. Yes, for any adults, The Americans. I highly recommend that TV series if you haven't seen it before. A lot of the spies that help out at the museum, they're retired. They say that The Americans really is pretty authentic at capturing sort of the feeling of running a mission. And a lot of things about getting into disguise are actually pretty authentic to what it was like back during that period of time. It was someone said Jason Bourne, yes, and Spy Kids. Awesome. What exactly is spying though? Because I'm sure if I asked you guys if you've ever spied on maybe siblings or parents or friends, everyone would also raise their hand, right? But trying to figure out what that birthday present is, shaking the box and figuring out what's inside, that's not exactly the spying that we're talking about today. So what is spying? Agent Black, what do you guys think?
We spied on our parents since we were little.
Oh, I hope they're not listening in because now you've told them that you spy on them.
We're not. We chose a special time because they're at work.
Oh, I like it. Good. Oh, gaining information without the other person knowing. I like that. Ooh, and someone's uncle works for the State Department in Bulgaria, so we pretend he's a spy. Yeah, Special Agent Finneran, do you have something else to add?
Secret.
Yeah, spying definitely involves secrets. Anyone else? So spying is the act of gathering secret information. You are definitely not supposed to be gathering it. You don't have permission. We call that information intelligence or intel for national security purposes, right? Spying on your parents, figuring out what's in your birthday present, that's not keeping the country safe. But what spies do is they are helping whatever country they work for, they're trying to keep that country safe. Now, in America, we actually have 17 different intelligence agencies. I didn't know that until I started working at the Spy Museum. For example, every branch of the military, they have an intelligence organization associated with that branch. So these days, all of these intelligence agencies, they're working together, sharing information to keep our country safe. And this is a change. Prior to 9/11, intelligence agencies, they really like to keep their information to themselves. After 9/11, we had the 9/11 Commission, and we decided, you know what, we probably should be sharing information a little bit better. And now we have the DNI, which is an organization that helps all these intelligence agencies better share information with each other. I know I threw a lot of information out at you. Do you guys have any questions so far about spies before I jump into testing your spy skills? Yes, Agent Shadow, do you have a question?
Not really a question, but most spies, actual spies usually spy on the military.
So spies are collecting all different types of information. So yes, finding out what your enemy's military is up to, or even people that you're friends with, finding out what their military is up to, that is information we would definitely want to know. But maybe another country is building a computer that's super, super fast, and we would love to get our hands on those plans so that we could make our own super fast computer. That could be a secret that we might want to collect that's not necessarily related to war or the military in any way. So lots of different types of spying, and there's lots of different ways we can collect information. So I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you've seen spy movies, right, you've seen the spy and they go into a foreign country and maybe they break into an office to steal secret information. So humans, That's one way we can collect information. But there are other ways too, right? We could have satellites taking pictures, and we can look at those images to collect information. We can collect information that people post on Facebook. We can collect information on using signals intelligence. So looking at things like radio waves. So lots of different ways to collect information. But today, I want to see if you guys have what it takes to be a spy. Now, people ask me a lot, are there kid spies? There are no kid spies in America. To become a spy in the US, you have to have graduated high school and graduated college. Now, the cool thing is, doesn't matter what you study, okay? Intelligence agencies, they like to see that you were really passionate about some topic and that you worked super hard to get good grades. That's what they care about. They're looking for people that have really diverse backgrounds. So I always say study whatever you love, because then you'll make good grades and it'll be super easy for you. And you never know how that might change the course of your life. Now, our first spy skill we're going to look at is observation, okay? Why do spies need to be observant and notice their surroundings? Why do we think? I'll give you guys a second. Agent Hachi.
Probably to spy on people, like if they were handing out top secret files, like the enemy, you could see what, like, where they would hand it out.
Yeah, you definitely would want to notice if someone's handing things out. Agent Black and Agent Shadow.
It's also Agent Shadow Master.
Okay.
You would want to spy to observe always to see if something's wrong.
Yeah, right. You definitely would want to know if something's going on. So I'm going to test your observation skills. I'm going to show you a picture, just a normal park scene in DC, but I want you to start thinking like a spy and try to figure out what exactly is happening here. So I'm going to give everyone a minute to look at this picture. You can talk to whoever's in the room with you. I'll give everyone a minute. What do you think is happening here? I will say there's at least 5 things that a spy would go, oh my gosh, something really big is happening. I'll give you a couple more seconds. Okay, now when you look at this picture, maybe you found 5 things, maybe you found just one thing. There is one really big thing that's about to go down, that if a spy, if they were looking at this photo, they'd be going, oh my gosh, this is about to happen. Yikes. What do you guys think that might be? What are we thinking? How about Agent Finneran? What are you thinking?
They're gonna exchange bags.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Okay. So this is called the operational act, right? We have these 2 people and they're about to exchange or switch those bags. And if you look really closely, these bags, they look identical, right? Now you might have seen this in the movies. They're going to walk by each other and really quickly swap the bags. They're not going to stop and talk or do anything like that. Any ideas what this is called? What do we call this? If you're a spy, what would you call this? Special Agent Braden, what are you thinking? Give you guys a second.
Go ahead, Braden.
I see 2 people gonna walk to each other.
Yeah, but what do you think it's called when they switch the bags?
Identical.
Yes, but what kind of neat? What did I say? It's a big switcheroo.
they're going to switch bags, and they'll be like, gonna be like, "What is that? Is that all my stuff that I just bought?"
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I like the big switcheroo. I wish it was called that. It's actually called a brush pass.
Brush.
Okay? So they're going to walk by, their hands are going to kind of brush, but they're going to swap those bags. Now, both bags, let's say, might have groceries inside of them, but one bag is definitely going to have something spy related. Could be fake money and a fake passport. Could be a USB with secret files. Could be a camera or a disguise kit, whatever they're trying to swap or give to that agent. Again, right, it would be really suspicious if I just handed over top secret files to you. So I'm trying to be discreet and I would do a brush pass, okay? So this is the main operational act. Everything else in this photo relates in some way to the brush pass, okay, that's about to happen. So does someone else have one thing that they want to share? Okay, Agent Black and Agent Shadow Master.
Go ahead, Agent Shadow Master. So the guy that has the sunglasses and he's doing this looks like he's contacting to another person over there. If you can see all the way in the back on the right, he's hiding in a tree. And then there's another guy sitting on the bench. And what is he doing?
He may be looking at instead of a normal newspaper, he may have a hidden camera that's recording everything around.
Or he could also be reading a magazine, but it actually has top secret information.
It's just he has to decode it.
Oh, nice. I like these ideas. So yes, you guys found 3 of the other things that I was hoping you would find. So we have this guy on the phone. Maybe he's calling someone. Maybe he's calling the guy in the tree. Maybe he's pretending to take a phone call. So let's say he's on the same team as the brush pass agents. Okay, maybe he's doing surveillance. So his job is to look at the park, make sure, okay, coast is clear. It looks like this mission is a go. He could also be a signal. So if I'm on the phone, great, do the brush pass. If I'm suddenly put down the phone or walk away, abort mission, something is up. Maybe he's on the opposite side and maybe he's trying to spy on them or do counter surveillance. Maybe he's trying to catch them in the act of doing the brush pass. Guy against the tree, he could be doing all those same things as well. He could be doing surveillance, he could be a signal, he could also be spying on them. And I love that you said this guy reading the newspaper, perhaps he has some kind of spy gadget with him, maybe in his briefcase, maybe in his newspaper. He could have a camera trying to take a picture of them. Maybe he has a recording device. He's trying to see if they're going to have a conversation. All right, so you guys found 4 of the things. Did anyone find a 5th thing? There's something in the background. Agent Finneran, what are you guys thinking?
That the people in the windows are looking out at them.
Yes, exactly. You have to have really good eyesight, but there is a person up there in the window. Now that person, again, they could be doing surveillance. They have a really good vantage point. They're up high. They could look out over the park. They could be a signal, window open, do the brush pass, close the window, abort mission. They could also be spying on them, doing counter surveillance. Now, I suggest that you guys try doing a brush pass at home later today. It is extremely difficult to do. Try to take 2 bags that are about the same size and shape and try swapping them without pausing and handing them over. It is very difficult to do. Now, one of the cool things about the museum is that we have a really good relationship with a lot of our intelligence agencies, and the FBI gave us a video of a brush pass happening in real life, okay? This is extremely rare to see, right? Because if you're a really good spy, you would have cased wherever you're going to do this brush pass. You would have made sure that no one is going to be watching you and that there aren't any surveillance cameras around. Luckily for us, the FBI was able to hide this surveillance video. So I'll play it. This is from 2004. Now, the FBI had been building a case against these 10 people that you see in the bottom. They were Russians who were here. We call them illegals. They were here. They were pretending to be American citizens, but really they were trying to collect secret information. So This brush pass takes place in a subway entrance. And you can see the guys are walking up the stairs and down the stairs. So they have a really good vantage point, right? They can see if anyone else is coming or going, and then they wouldn't exchange the bags. But they think the coast is clear. They swap the bags. I'll play it again. And they have those matching yellow shopping bags. Now this operation was called Operation Ghost Stories. And that show I mentioned earlier, The Americans, is based on the Russian illegals. So these people who, again, entered the US, pretended they were American citizens. Some of them had kids, and they were really trying to collect information on the US to send back to Russia. Now, those kids, they grew up thinking that they were American, right? They spoke English. When their parents were arrested, those kids, they were also rounded up and they got sent back to Russia. So imagine that if one day you turned around and whoops, you're not actually American, you're actually Russian, and you suddenly have to go to a foreign country and learn the language. That could be pretty intimidating. But luckily for us, the FBI caught these people. Do you guys have any questions so far? Seeing some no's. Okay, again, I have that chat box up, so please feel free to type any questions or comments in there, because I want to make sure that I'm addressing the things that you guys are interested in. Okay, we are going to switch gears and look at some codes. Okay, part of being a spy, you might be asked to crack some secret codes. Now, this code is a cipher wheel. Now, with a cipher wheel, you have a key. So this key is A equals F. So I've lined my cipher wheel up, and if I saw the letter B, I would write down the letter E. If I saw the letter C, I would write down the letter D. So this is our secret message. Let me know in chat if you figure out what this word says. So again, you're finding F on the white wheel, and you would write down what or type in whatever letter is underneath in black. And then you would find Z on the white wheel and write down the letter underneath. I see someone got it super fast. We'll see if anyone else agrees. So someone asked if the kids, if they were born in the US, would they get to stay? If they were born there, does that make them count as US citizens? That is a great question. I actually don't know the answer to that question. Yes, Bruce, do you know the answer?
They would actually be bona fide US citizens with consular immunity. However, that would become a very big diplomatic problem, which we've dealt with in the department 2 times in my career. But yes, if they're born here, they are legally American citizens.
Yeah. So here is another secret message. You guys were really quick at cracking that other code. We'll see if you can crack this one. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yes. Great job, agents. This is a brush pass, which again is what you call when you are swapping those bags, passing a bag along to a fellow agent. Our next spy skill is memory. Why do spies need to have a good memory? What do we think? Agent Black and Agent Shadow Master.
To remember whether or not they either have been taken away by the people that they were trying to spy on, or maybe remember if they found out some top secret information.
Also, they have to have a really, really strong memory to remember if, for example, if they were going to one setting, and then they had to switch settings quickly. They would have to remember what was wrong in one setting and then keep that in mind and then go to the other setting. Also, it'd be really hard to erase their memory.
That is true. Any other ideas? Why can't I just, take notes on my phone or take pictures with my phone if I have a bad memory? Special Agent Finneran, what are you guys thinking?
Because people would know, you're spying on them, and what if you don't have a phone?
That is true. What do you think? Our phones, yeah, Agent Hachi, what do you think?
Go ahead.
Because people can hack the phone.
Yeah, people can hack into your phone, right? Phones are not secure devices. It could also, like you guys were saying, be really suspicious if you're, in someone's office and you're just suddenly taking pictures. So spies need to have really good memories. Also, I know in TV shows and movies, it often seems like a spy, they go on their mission and a week later, they've saved the world, they've gotten that information, and they're back home safe and sound. Doesn't really happen like that in real life. Okay, it can take years for a spy to accomplish their mission. Okay, also, you're not just doing one mission and that's all you're doing. You might be doing several missions at the same time, so you have to juggle all those different facts and pieces of information that you have from all your different missions. Now, one of the spies that helps out at the museum, she worked for the CIA for 16 years, and she loves to tell this story where she was on a mission, and her name was Sally. That was her cover in the mission she was running. She was at an airport, and she was with a gentleman who she was hoping eventually would give her secret information. And she's sitting there, they're in the terminal, they're having a conversation, and a lady comes down and spots her kind of across the distance from the terminal and is going, "Oh, Barbara, Barbara," and is walking towards her, right? She wasn't Barbara that day. She was going by Sally, and she had to think like that. What do I do? These two people can't meet because they know me under different names. So she told the gentleman, "Sorry, I have to go to the restroom." She got up and then she walked towards that woman who knew her as Barbara. And she had to think right then and there, wait, okay, I'm Barbara. What is Barbara's backstory? How am I going to explain why I'm in this airport? And how do I explain who this man is without introducing her to him? And so she came up with a story where, he was going through a divorce and a rough time and he didn't really want to talk to anyone, so she couldn't introduce him. But she had to think like that in an instance. So you have to have a really good memory as a spy. Now, to test your memory, I'm going to show you a picture with lots of random items. And I'm hoping you guys can memorize this picture in really great detail. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds. Now, for example, if you see a marker, I want to know the brand of the marker. Is the lid on or off? What color is the marker? So that level of detail. Okay, here is your picture. You guys have 30 seconds. Try to memorize everything. You have 10 more seconds. Okay, what did you find? What can you remember? What do you think? And if you're with someone in the room, you can try just listing all the things you found to them and see if they came up with the same list as you. Agent Hachi, what are some of the things that you saw?
What do you remember?
There was a case file for Agent Berlin.
Okay. Anything else you want to share?
There was a spy Mad Libs, and a bunch of other 3 passports, some ink, sunglasses, and those weird glasses with a fake mustache.
What do you remember? You can go ahead. Nope, she's shy.
Nice. Okay, that was a lot. We'll see if others agree with you guys. So we mentioned several passports, but maybe we could figure out, I don't know what color those passports were from, where what country they said on them. Special Agent Finneran, what did you guys see? Special Agent Finneran, do you guys want to go?
There is a piece of paper with random letters.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Yeah, there is a cipher.
There was a cipher wheel. Nice. Okay, Agent Black and Agent Shadow Master.
I saw a lot of things.
All right, name a couple.
So I saw like spy gadgets, these disguises, for example, one with fake glasses, a nose and a hat, and like this little case file that said top secret on it, and a cracking code wheel thing. Yeah.
And there was a blue bottle that said disappearing ink. There was on the case file, it said Agent, I forgot, it starts with a B.
It was like Berlin.
Something like that, and it was in red. There was also a pin that said A=L in blue letters.
Nice. That was a lot. Okay, Tyler and Brantley, what do you guys see?
I saw a marshmallow case.
Oh, something with maybe marshmallows. Anything else?
Secret case file with Berlin's name on it. Saw disguises.
Nice. That was awesome. And I see Agent Chocolate saw a fingerprint. Anything else? Did we notice the colors of the passport or maybe what countries? Yeah, Tyler and Brantley, what do you guys think?
I thought the color of the secret file was like tan.
Mm-hmm. Did you notice the color of the passports?
One of the passports was black.
Maybe black. Okay. Nice. Special Agent Finneran, what are you thinking?
One of the passports were blue and orange.
Maybe blue and orange. Agent Black and Agent Shadow Master.
The blue one represents the USA.
Okay, so maybe there's a USA passport, and I see in chat we're saying a USA passport and a red passport, an orange colored pencil. Was the pencil sharpened or unsharpened? Was there an eraser? Oh, yes. Okay, Agent Braden is saying yes, the pencil was sharpened. I'll show you that picture one more time. So I'd say you got probably maybe half of the things on here. It can be really hard, right? Now think about it. If you were going into someone's office and you were just walking by their desk, you couldn't really take that time to stop and stare and memorize everything. You have to be really fast and just be able to glance really closely in like 10 seconds, take in what was on their desk. And then also you have to remember it for a long time, because maybe I see something on your desk year 3 in my mission, and then year 5, I find another piece of information that somehow connects, and I have to remember, oh, that thing that I saw 3 years ago, that fits in here now, and put the puzzle pieces together. And next, someone says a lockpick set. So that lockpick set is right between the passports and the black hat. A lot of times people ask me if those are dentist tools. In that black case, those silver objects, those are lock picking tools. Nice. Okay. Speaking of tools, we are going to move on to technical know-how, which are all about spy gadgets. Now, one of the cool things is that spies, they're just like us, right? They watch spy movies, they watch spy TV shows, and sometimes they'll see a gadget on TV or in a movie, and they'll say, you know what? I wish I could have that gadget in real life. So maybe I need a pen that can blow smoke and unlock doors, but also write like a pen. And they'll go to the people that make the gadgets and say, hey, did you see that latest James Bond movie? Can you make me that gadget? And a lot of times they'll say, yes, we will try to make you that gadget. And the people who make the gadgets are called technical operations officers. They are great problem solvers. They're really creative people. We're gonna play Guess the Gadget. So I'm gonna show you some items from our collection, and I want you to look at it, try to figure out what is it, how would a spy use it, and maybe the decade you think the gadget is from. So this is our first gadget. What is it? How would a spy use it? And maybe what decade is it from? I'll give you guys a second to think. And if you want to type anything in chat, go ahead. When do we think this was used? All right, Agent Hachi, I saw your hand. What were you thinking?
All right, go ahead.
Maybe from the 90s.
I could guess. What do you think it is?
A camera.
Oh, a camera. Nice. And I see someone else in chat said maybe it's from the 70s and it's a camera. All right, this is a camera watch. Okay. Now in that little canister with the red lid, that is film. So this was used back before we had digital photos. So you had to print your photos. Now this is actually from the 1940s. Okay. So think about it. Way back then, cameras were huge. And if I'm trying to be a spy and take a sneaky photo of you, I can't just whip out a giant camera. So they were able to put cameras and make them really tiny and put them in watches, in earrings, in necklaces, and necktie pins so that agents could take covert pictures. Now, one of the other spies that helps out at the museum, they started working with their agency during the 80s. So we were still had to print our photos. And they said one of the most nerve-wracking part of their job was actually developing the photos, because there'd be instances where they'd have to do that sort of out in the field, develop their photos. And they were always worried, what if I mixed the wrong chemicals together and I destroyed all my hard work? And this was a person whose job was to investigate potential terrorists. But the scariest part of their job was developing the photos. That's what they thought. I always find that fascinating. Now, the next gadget is something kind of gross and stinky, just to give you a heads up. But what do we think this is? How would a spy use it? And maybe when is it from? What decade? I'm seeing lots of giggles. Agent Black and Agent Shadow Master, what are you guys thinking?
It's
to attract people.
it's to make people go away.
Okay, and do you guys want to say what you think it is?
I know what it is, but I don't want to say it.
Okay, it is poop. Yeah, I'll say it for you. It is poop. It is totally poop. I see someone in chat also said fake poop and maybe a microphone. Definitely poop. This is, we call it our dog dew transmitter. Although this is actually made from tiger poop. And I will show you inside. So someone guessed a microphone, not a microphone. This is actually a transmitter. This was used during the Vietnam War. So, right, if you're in Vietnam, there are jungles, there could be tigers, there could be animal poop. Kind of makes sense to have your dog dew transmitter. This tells your team your general location. So if I am working on a mission, I could put this poop down and then everyone would know, okay, Agent Sassafras is in this general area. Okay. Now I love this gadget because it shows how creative the gadget people are. They have to think, okay, where's the spy going on their mission? If I'm breaking into an office, I'm not taking dog poop with me, right? Because that would make no sense. Why would there be poop in an office? So they have to think, where is the spy operating? Where's their mission? And then you guys said, right, people are going to stay away from this. This is gross. No one's going to go near this and investigate and try to figure out what is this, what's inside of here. Also makes a great gadget. A lot of times agents are issued a dead rat that's been hollowed out inside. And just like that Coke can, how you could hide things inside the Coke can, you can hide things inside these dead rats. And they were also issued a paint kit because rats are different colors in different countries. So they could paint the rat to match whatever the local rats look like, maybe hide whatever secret message they're trying to share with their contact. And no one's going to go near a dead rat in most countries. So pretty interesting, also kind of gross. What do we think this is? This is definitely something, if I were breaking into that office, I would want this with me. Special Agent Finneran, what are you thinking?
A laser.
A laser. Nice. That's a good guess. Anyone? Agent Black and Agent Shadowmaster.
I was gonna say a laser.
And I was gonna say a invisible ink and a lock pick and a USB all together.
Oh, that would be nice. You sound like you would make a very good tech ops person. You can make a cool pen like that. This is actually a camera pen used in the late 70s by the CIA. And I will show you a video of the inside. So we had a CT scan done of this pen, and you'll see the different layers revealed in a second. Now this pen does actually write. If you see that triangular part, that's the nib of the pen, so it does write. And on the left side is the camera mechanism. So again, a great gadget because I could go into your office, write you a note, but really also take some photos as well. Okay, another one that's kind of gross. What do we think this is? What are we thinking? Agent Black and Agent Shadowmaster.
A camera, maybe?
The eye could be a camera, and it could be either like a, you could write with it and it could be invisible chalk, or it could be something you could stick it into a glue gun and just like glue something.
Nice. I should have explained that. The clear thing that the eye is sitting on is actually the museum pedestal. So that isn't part of the gadget. Special Agent Braden, did you have something you wanted to share?
I was gonna say a bottle that holds eyes in it.
Oh, that's a good guess. So this is similar again to that Coke can, right? This is another concealment device. So this was specially developed for an agent who was missing an eye. They still had their whole eye socket. And so they created this fake eye for them, and they could put something called microdots inside of this fake eye, put the eye in their eye socket, go along their way. And then when they got to headquarters, they could pop the eye out and hand over the microdot. Now, what is a microdot? So you can take pictures of documents, and then you can shrink those photos really, really small to about the size of a period. So it's a really tiny dot, and that's what they put in the eyeball. And then when you get back to wherever you're trying to pass this microdot off to, they can blow those pictures back up so that you can read the documents. And that's one way you could pass along secret information. Now, this is our last gadget. What do you guys think it is? How would a spy use it, and what decade do you think this is from? What are we thinking?
Is it a fake fly?
Oh, kind of looks like a bug. Not a fly, but you're close. Agent Hachi, what are you thinking?
It's kind of a bug where you can place it somewhere, like it's like a drone that has a microphone and a camera in it, so it can hover around someone and you can hear them and they won't suspect the thing.
Nice. So this is a drone. What bug do we think this is?
A dragonfly.
Yeah, a dragonfly drone. And does anyone have an idea what decade might this be from? When do we think this drone is from?
I think the 1960s.
Maybe the 1960s. Special Agent Finneran, what are you thinking?
The 1980s.
Maybe the 80s. Someone said nowadays. Nice. I always think of drones as being sort of pretty recent technology. This is actually, this specific one that you see in this picture is from the early 70s. Now, in the mid to late 60s, the CIA invented a Dragonfly drone. Now, the KGB, they were sort of what is today Russia, was then the Soviet Union, and the CIA, their counterpart was the KGB. Anyway, so our enemy organization, they said, uh-oh, they got wind, CIA, they've come up with the Dragonfly drone. We need to come up with our own version of a Dragonfly drone. So this one is actually a KGB version. Both agencies, this Dragonfly drone only made it to the prototype level. The problem was, because it's so tiny, like about the size of a dragonfly, it is very lightweight. And if it was rainy or windy, this drone would get completely batted off course and it couldn't take the surveillance photos that you needed it to take. But I think it's amazing that back in the 70s, right, they had drone technology. The science and technology that spies, the world of intelligence, have access to is so advanced. And it takes many years for that technology to trickle down to sort of the everyday person level, which is pretty cool. Do you guys have any questions about anything we've covered so far before we hit our last spy skill? Could be about gadgets, could be about spies in general. Yeah, Agent Shadowmaster.
We made this grappling hook.
Oh, awesome.
So we made it out of paper clips and a string.
Nice, I like it.
And
Yeah.
it's really tough.
Having that ability to come up with gadgets just using items that are lying around your house, that takes a lot of creativity, which is a really great skill to have. Now we're going to talk about disguise, which I love. There are two types of disguise. There's a light disguise and there's heavy disguise. So light disguise, if someone is tailing me, a light disguise is something that I could do as I turn the corner to try to shake that person who's following me. So right now, right, I'm wearing these crazy glasses and my hair is up. So a light disguise, maybe as I go around the corner, I take the glasses off and I take my hair down. Or maybe I'm wearing a reversible jacket. So my jacket is orange and I go around the corner and I take it off, switch it out, and now my jacket is blue. So something I can do really fast if someone's on my tail. That's a light disguise. Then there's heavy disguise. A heavy disguise is something that could take several hours to get into. I might need someone to help me put on this disguise. So it's things like putting on a wig, putting on contacts that can change the color of your eyes, putting on a fake nose, things like that. Agent Black.
I just want to say that I wanted to say if there is such a thing as a heavy disguise, that is basically another face that you can attach to your body, which has eye holes, but also has like different kinds of features that your face you couldn't change.
So yes, there definitely are masks and things that have been used in the past that are used today that agents can put on. A problem that agents face today is that there's so much facial recognition technology out there. But again, the people that are working in this field are the best and the brightest, and they are trying to come up with ways to beat facial recognition software. So maybe that's, you know, hacking into the computer and blocking the computer from recognizing a face as the person walks through the airport, for example. Or perhaps they have come up with, you know, different types of technology that could be in the mask that would change the structure of your face or fool the camera, the computer, from recognizing your face. Now, the things that spies use today are very classified. So we can only really use our imagination, and, you know, no one knows exactly what spies are using nowadays. But it is something, facial recognition software has been an issue that intelligence agencies have been thinking about for many years. Now, oh, and I see, especially Agent Finner, and you guys just put on wigs. Awesome, you guys did that very quickly. But when spies put on wigs, right, they want them to be very authentic. They want it to make sure it looks like your natural hair. So not that your wigs aren't amazing. I love the orange. But I'm not sure if people would have hair that bright in real life, but I like it. You guys did an awesome job at doing a quick change. Now, your last mission is we are going to try to find Donna Mitchell. Okay, you can see her right here. She's meeting in a hotel lobby. I don't know, is she in a light disguise or is she in a heavy disguise? Not sure. I'm going to play the surveillance photo or footage from the hotel. And I want to see if you can spot Donna Mitchell. Now, again, if you think you found her, try to remember in lots of detail what she's wearing. So at the end, you don't just tell me, oh, she was that person, because there's going to be lots of people in the video. We are trying to spot Donna Mitchell in this hotel video. All right, any guesses? What are you thinking? Agent Hachi, what do you guys think?
She was the one in the black, like entirely black outfit.
All right, so there's that lady in the black beanie, black jacket. Anyone have a different idea? Special Agent Finneran, what do you guys think?
She was in the glasses and the pink shirt.
All right, maybe the glasses, lady in the
The
glasses.
pink shirt and the blazer.
And the blazer, nice. Okay, Special Agent Braden, what are you thinking?
Maybe the person reading the newspaper.
All right, maybe someone reading the newspaper. Agent Black and Agent Shadowmaster.
My guess is that old man that was wearing black.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he had the gray, and then she put on the glasses, and then the weird man, old man like hair that at the end.
Okay. Is that both of your guess?
yeah.
All right, nice. I'm going to play a video of Donna Mitchell getting into disguise, and I will reveal who she is. Now, the two people helping her get into disguise, they are former chiefs of disguise from the CIA.
We're putting on moisturizer and a foundation.
Now we're putting on the bald cap to make her bald. Fasten down the cap with spirit gum. Tack, 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 tack. Now I'm stippling on the liquid latex, breaking up the edge. Create the old age skin. Apply some latex. Smile now, it's stretching the skin for me. Lay down a base coat of grease. Create bags and sagging skin. Okay, we're using the eyeliner now to crease the lines and shadows in her face. Blemish for the eye to be drawn to. Applying the spirit gum to the cap. Got some raw edges here. Attach the eyebrows. Her glasses on.
We want her to walk like an old man.
So that was a super heavy disguise, right? She was disguised as the old man with the bald head and had the cane. I love that they switched up how she walked, right? That's not something necessarily you think of when you hear disguise, right? I always think of wigs or contacts, but they tied something around her leg to make her walk differently. Now, the gentleman who was helping her get into disguise, he actually trained as an artist. So he went to school, college, and learned art, and he answered an ad in the newspaper for someone who was looking for artists who could do really fine, detailed work. Turns out that the CIA was the one that had placed that ad in the newspaper, and he started off in their forgery department and then moved into disguise later on. So again, doesn't matter what you study. Please study something that you are super passionate about. because you'll never know where that will take you in life. Now, I know it's a little after 6 and I want to be respectful of people's time. So feel free, if you have to rush off, you can sign off, but I do have a couple of minutes if anyone has any questions. It could be for me, it could be for Bruce, anything that you guys want to know. Give you guys a second to think. Agent Hachi.
How did you find this job?
How did I find this job? That is a great question. So first of all, I should say I am not a spy. My job at the Spy Museum is I'm the family and youth programs manager. So I went to school, I loved history. I really liked ancient history. So that's what I studied in college. But I also really love teaching. I love working with kids and families. And I didn't want to teach in a classroom because I thought classroom, you have to be a little bit more strict and there's more rules and things. So I really wanted to work in a museum because I also loved museums. And I started off working at the museum spy camp and then eventually moved into this position. So that is how I got in this job. Special Agent Braden, what's your question?
How long did secret spies live?
How long do they live? I think was your question. So hopefully they live a long time. So spies, when they go to work for an agency, it really depends on the person, how long they want their career to last. Again, some spies, one that helped us out at the museum, she worked for 16 years at the CIA, but it was a really big burden because she had to juggle lots of different pieces of information. And she also had a family, she had kids, and she couldn't tell them what she did for a living. And it takes a really special person to sort of live with that, right? You're constantly lying to your friends and your family for good reasons because you want to protect them. But it can also take an emotional toll. So it depends on the person. Now, if a spy's done a really good job, they won't get caught, right? That's number one. They don't want to get caught and therefore they'll live a normal life. Agent Black and Agent Shadow Master.
I have a question. So first, who is like the president of your organization?
So at the Spy Museum, Chris Costa is our executive director. So again, we're a museum, so we're not a spy agency. Next, Special Agent Finneran.
Do you know how many spies there are in America?
I always get asked this question. I do not know. It's a classified. So there are lots of different agencies. A really big number is my guess. Any other questions? Well, guys, the museum is open. So if you ever want to come check out the museum, please, please do. We would love to see you there in person sometime. Thank you, guys.
Is it okay if we hop off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Fantastic program this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. I'm so glad you guys could join.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back.
Bye, guys. Have a great evening.
Get back.
Bye.
Great job.
And I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Really fantastic.
Yeah, that was great, Jessica. Thank you so much.
Oh, good. No, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
And in Washington, D.C., the estimate is 100,000 spies in the Washington, Virginia, Maryland district area of
Okay.
all types.